Hello, awesome people, and welcome to today's 30-day challenge. And today we are talking about product analysis and environmental monitoring, aka testing your stuff, testing your services, testing your product. I have companies that swab the hands of their people. This is all incredibly important that you do. And so we always start this with, what is your risk? Okay. Your risk is different depending on whether or not you have a ready-to-eat food. Okay, so if you have a ready-to-eat food, your risk that you're trying to mitigate is a heck of a lot higher because, people don't, there's no kill step between you and consumption of your food by your consumer. Okay, so when we look at product analysis and 90-day or product analysis and environmental monitoring, it's incredibly important that you actually do a 90-day validation. And a lot of your beginning 90-day validations is based on testing and monitoring for hazards in your food, because that's of course what we're looking for. When we talk about analyzing product, we're talking about analyzing it for hazards, the physical, chemical, microbial things that can go wrong with your food. There's an established way that we make sure that the hazards are not in our food, okay? That's your HACCP or preventive controls planning system and how you document that system. And we do that documentation through monitoring. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it is time to sign up, or if you're in the power group, take the HACCP course or the preventive controls course, whichever one, applies to you. Likely the risk of you missing something is pretty low. Missing an allergen, missing a foreign material, or creating a pathogen in your food is pretty low. We talked a lot about that under product contamination control. But product analysis and environmental monitoring is actually one of the verification steps that we have to make sure that we are doing what we said we would do, which is, of course, what verification is. And validation then gives us the scientific documentation within our own company to make sure that we have done that. Okay, so what's really important is that you document your decision making and that you develop a process to send stuff off for testing. You develop a process to understand which surfaces in your facility are the most at risk, right? And develop ways for you to understand what that risk is and to mitigate it. And if you do have something blow positive, to fix it, right? Everything's fixable, guys. And so your testing and your analysis all is part of that conversation. It's incredibly important that it's documented and documented correctly. Okay, you've got to use an accredited lab to do this. If you are USDA, your own interior lab can be accredited. That's totally fine. But those are the kinds of conversations that you need to be having. All right, short and sweet today, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. And tomorrow we're talking about purchasing and supplier approval. Thanks, guys.